American chain restaurants, we all know them. Applebee's, Chili's, and Cheesecake Factory, just to name a few. Today, however, I'll be checking out True Food Kitchen, which might just be America's healthiest chain restaurant. It was founded by Dr. Andrew Weil, who is looking to create a chain restaurant with quality, healthy, and delicious offerings. Today I'll be testing out how healthy is their food really, and most importantly, is it delicious? So let's go. I just got seated here at True Food Kitchen, and I already love the atmosphere because it feels really modern and rustic, and it's also very colorful in here. It's definitely giving modern sort of farmhouse vibes. I love the design of the open kitchen because it really makes it feel really fun and lively in here, and I just see everyone hard at work already preparing my order, which I just placed. All of the food pretty much came out in rapid fire succession, so I really love their fast efficiency here, but I want to start off with our starter first, and this is the charred cauliflower. This looks beautifully roasted, and I love that it doesn't look overly charred. Oh, I love this cauliflower because the roasting gives it a really nice crispiness on the outside, and the flavor of it is just so rich and flavorful. The first thing I taste is just sort of a rich, smoky, dry seasoning flavor, and then I really love a little bit of a creamy dressing they've got on here because it really elevates it and makes it all the more elegant and tasty. There's also small sticky bits of dates that are really nice and caramelized in there, and I love how the sweetness of that kind of contrasts some of the more savory and smoky flavors, and this very much feels like sort of a Middle Eastern fusion sort of style of cauliflower, and I'm all for it. Next, while still hot out of the oven, I want to try their pepperoni pizza, and this looks really interesting because it's made with a sourdough crust, and it's also made with uncured pepperoni. So this is going to be my first time trying uncured pepperoni, so I'm kind of curious to see how that's going to be, and I guess that means it's a little bit healthier than your average pizza. Wow, I gotta say that is a very well executed pizza. First off, I love the thin layer of cheese, and the pepperoni itself actually doesn't really taste any different than your normal pepperoni. I love how it's the perfect balance of oiliness without being too heavy, and I love its sharp and salty flavor. Beneath that, you have the tomato sauce, which is really fresh and zesty and very tomato forward, which I really enjoy because I love all the zesty, acidic flavors from that. And to go along with that, you get a little bit of extra twang from the sourdough crust, which I feel like adds a lot of depth. And I don't know why more pizzas aren't made with sourdough crust because it really adds a lot, and I really love its sort of crackly, crispy, and bubbly texture. Next off, we got the chicken parmesan, and what makes this special is it's an air-fried chicken parmesan, and instead of being served on spaghetti, it's served on spaghetti squash. Oh, that is a very well executed chicken parmesan. First off, I love the thin crusted chicken. It's still nice and crispy, and I like this not overly battered, so it's not too heavy. And I really don't notice that it's air fried because it tastes crispy and delicious, and the chicken is very juicy on the inside. And I love all the fresh tomato sauce as well. Very tomato forward again, just like the pizza, and I enjoy all of the basil on top as well. I also love all the cheese on top, just like a good chicken parmesan should be. There's plenty of fresh mozzarella and also a dusting of freshly grated parmesan cheese. So I like that they're not cutting too many of the ingredients out, and it definitely feels like a delicious chicken parmesan, and it doesn't really feel like there's too much a healthy twist on it. Now I'm gonna go for a bite of spaghetti squash. The spaghetti squash is very pleasant. It's really nice and soft, and it has a very natural sweetness to it, which kind of cuts through some of the more acidic flavors of the sauce. However, I will say, I still think it would be a little bit better if maybe they did this with like a whole grain spaghetti or something like that, because I do really enjoy having some sort of pasta with my chicken parmesan. But that being said, if you're wanting a slightly lighter dish of a chicken parmesan, just with the chicken and a little bit of veggies, this is definitely the dish for you. Next, I got their signature grass-fed burger with air-fried French fries on the side. And this burger is filled with portobello mushrooms, arugula, cheese, and umami sauce, whatever that is, which sounds really intriguing. Oh, this looks amazing. There's also some caramelized onions in here, and it looks like it's all served on a multi-grain bun, and this honestly doesn't look too much different than a gourmet burger that I would typically enjoy to order at a regular restaurant. Oh, that is absolutely a properly done burger. I mean, the burger patty itself is very thick and juicy, and I loved it. It's actually pretty fatty. Honestly, it matches like the average fattiness of a burger, so I like that they're not trying to cut down on the fat too much, and because it's grass-fed beef, it's got the really iconic sort of rich beefy taste you really only get with a grass-fed cut of beef. I also love the portobello mushrooms and the caramelized onions, because to me they go great with any burger because they add a lot of umami flavor. And speaking of umami, the umami sauce, to me, I'm having a little trouble picking it all out, but it pretty much just tastes like a garlic aioli, which I love on a burger, and that with the arugula is just awesome, because to me, arugula is so much better than lettuce on a burger because it doesn't wilt quite as easily, and I love the bitterness because it kind of cuts down some of the more fatty tastes. Let's go for these air-fried french fries as well, which do have a little bit of Parmesan cheese on top. Wow, these air-fried french fries are really impressive. First off, I love the seasoning because it's this really lovely like garlic seasoning blend along with like salt and pepper and some other herbs, and then you have all the Parmesan cheese on top as well. I actually really appreciate the texture of these fries as well because they're really nice and crispy, and honestly I would argue they're crispier than most fries which are typically deep fried because the lack of oil really retains its crispiness a little bit more, and I honestly don't miss all the oily heaviness, so this is definitely a slightly lower fat option when it comes to your fries, and it will still definitely take care of your fries craving. Next, we got the ancient grain bowl, and this definitely looks like one of the healthier options on the menu because on the bottom you have quinoa, and then on top you have all these different fresh veggies like some grilled onion as well as mushrooms, raw snap peas, as well as some sweet potato. Here we go. I'm pretty curious about this dish because my dad has actually raved about this ancient grain bowl before because he really enjoys it, so I'm curious to see what the hype is about because this is also one of their very popular items. Okay, I think this dish proves the healthy food can be tasty because the first thing I taste is that green pureed sauce, which tastes like sort of a mixture of jalapeno, lime juice, and maybe some avocado. So it's really zesty and it's just like a punch of flavor which complements all the freshness from the veggies. I mean, I love that grilled taste of the onion, the soft natural sweetness of the sweet potatoes, and the quinoa as well as the brown rice kind of ties it all together with its nutty flavors. I'm gonna go ahead and get a bite with one of the sugar peas as well. Oh, I definitely understand why they add the sugar peas because most of the ingredients in this bowl are very soft and delicate, so the sugar peas add a really nice raw, fresh, and zesty crunch. And I do wish they did have a little bit more of that sauce in there because I really enjoy all the rich flavors it's bringing, but I have a feeling once some of the sauce starts to dissipate, you still have plenty of these portobello mushrooms which are really nice and grilled and bring an umami rich flavor, and it'll kind of tie the rest of the bowl together. Finally, I got the blackened shrimp, which comes with a little bit of yogurt sauce as well as brown rice and kale. Now, if you've been following around on my channel for a while now, you might remember that I'm allergic to shrimp. However, I recently tried shrimp and I didn't have an allergic reaction, so I think I may have grown out of my shrimp allergy, but I guess we'll find out today. So I'm just gonna go ahead and give our blackened shrimp a dip in our zesty yogurt sauce that looks like it's topped off with lots of dill. And here we go. I'm actually really looking forward to this. Oh, that is amazing. I really enjoyed the taste of that shrimp. I mean, the seasoning on the outside is this spicy chili powder seasoning, so you definitely feel the burn surprisingly. And then dipped in the yogurt sauce, it's so flavorful. Because typically I don't enjoy yogurt sauce, but here it's got almost a rich and slightly cheesy flavor, and also tastes plenty of cucumber and dill. Now I'm gonna go for the side, which is a little bit of kale and farro, not brown rice. And farro is like a Middle Eastern grain that I really enjoy. Oh, that is absolutely fantastic as well. With the kale, I think they definitely blanched it first, so you really don't get any of that bitter kale flavor, and it's very subtle tasting. What I mostly taste is the farro, which has a really bouncy and chewy texture. I love that flavor of the grains because it's really nutty and irresistible. And to make it even better, there's some more of that za'atar seasoning on there, the same one that was on the shrimp, so it really gives it a spicy taste. This is absolutely a must if you're looking for a seafood dish here. I love the quality and the freshness of the shrimp, and it was also perfectly cooked. And to go along with the grains, the veggies, and the yogurt sauce, it is one heck of a dish. I was really impressed with the quality of all these dishes. However, I would say my standout favorites were actually that ancient grain bowl, as well as the shrimp, in which are actually probably two of the healthiest options that I ordered, and not just because of that, but because of the quality of the dishes, the creativity, and how they really made use of all the ingredients. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up some of this food, and then I'll be moving on to dessert, because I am pretty curious to see what they offer for dessert here. For dessert, I ordered a flourless chocolate cake, which the waitress recommended since she said it's her favorite. I'm gonna go ahead and get a bite of the flourless chocolate cake along with the vegan ice cream on top, as well as some of the caramel sauce that's on the bottom. Oh, this is an amazing dessert. I love the flourless chocolate cake. It's really light and fluffy, but it maintains a rich, dark, chocolatey flavor. And I love that it's not overly sweet. On the bottom, you kind of have like a burnt and slightly bitter, sugary caramel sauce. But again, that paired with the ice cream on top, which is sort of like a rice milk and coconut milk combination, makes for a really satisfying dessert that won't make you feel too sugared out afterwards. As far as chain restaurant desserts go, this is about as good as it gets. This was a great first experience at True Food Kitchen, and I was really impressed by the quality of the ingredients and just the freshness and creativity of all the different dishes. If you're looking for a healthier restaurant option, True Food Kitchen is definitely a place that you should check out. As always, I really hope you all enjoyed the video. Make sure if you did, give it a like, and also make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.